You're listening to the Renaissance Men podcast with Stuart Garrard and David Robert Bridge. Follow us at Renaissance Pod on Twitter for regular updates on the show and its content, and to find all of the links to our distributors, such as Player FM, Stitcher Radio, and iTunes. The Renaissance Men podcast will begin in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to the Renaissance Men podcast, episode 19, for Tuesday, 16th of December, 2014. My name is Stuart Skinbear Garrard, and I'm joined as always by my co-host, David Robert Bridge, DRB.
Yes, sir.
How are you?
Not too bad, brother. I'm doing pretty good, getting into the festive mood now.
Yeah, isn't it just? I hadn't really quite felt it yet, but I think as I'm breaking up for work, breaking up from work at the end of this week, so as that moves closer, I'm becoming more festive, so cannot wait.
I'm in the middle of a big house move, so it's like we've got no decorations or anything.
Oh man,
it will come.
Good. Stressful times, I know, house moves, so I'm hoping you're coping all right.
It'll be fine.
Cool. Right, this is the Renaissance Men podcast. It's available, as always, through iTunes, Stitcher, and Player FM. If you want to catch us on Twitter, we are at Renaissance Pod. You can find me at Skin Bear, and you can find DRB at DavidBridge1985. If you wish to email us, we are at the Renaissance Men Podcast at gmail.com. And our Facebook page is facebook.com, the Renaissance Men Podcast. So that's where you can find us on the internet. Come and say hello. We're fairly affable and amiable chaps, aren't we?
I would say so.
Yes. So, how have you been, DRB, in general? How's anything interesting any interesting anecdotes to regale us with?
Not loads. As I said, I've been a bit busy with this move. Got all the Christmas shopping just about done, apart from one thing, although I know where I'm going to get it. How about yourself? I
have had a complete Christmas shopping blowout. So, last Friday I left early from work. And I made a deal with myself that I wouldn't go home until I got pretty much everything. And I managed this, so I'm done. I'm settled down for Christmas now. So
sweet. Just
awaiting the big day. Like I say, I finished work on Friday for 1 day shy of 2 weeks, so that's going to be awesome. Decorations are up, as we said. I'm looking forward to it. I like Christmas. So
I love Christmas.
One thing I haven't done, when I need to do this, is purchase the Radio Times bumper special edition.
Oh dear.
I know. I need to circle in there what I'm going to, commit to VHS.
VHS, Google. You for real?
No. I
was going to say.
No. My life isn't stuck in the 80s. Don't get me wrong.
What kind of stuff do you normally watch over Christmas?
Do you know what? As the years have gone on, and as I get a bit older, I don't really watch as much Christmas telly as I used to. I don't know if that's just a sign of the times. I don't know. But, of course, the big Christmas films have tended to just, melt away into nothing. There's nothing really on these days for Christmas Day, is there? So it's usually the triple episodes of EastEnders or a special edition of Strictly Come Dancing, which I can't say I'm a fan of. Yeah. Right. So there you go.
It won't be Christmas for me unless I watch a classic episode of Only Fools and Horses. That's my major mistake.
Mate, yes. Christmas isn't Christmas unless I have seen the Good Life Christmas episode.
Okay, really?
Yeah, I love it.
I was never a big Good Life fan, I must say.
When Margot dons the sun as a Christmas hat, is a classic. Absolute classic. But anyway, so Christmas is coming and we're excited. I have been trying to get back into a fitness kick, strangely.
Ooh.
Yeah, I've been trying. I got back on my bicycle this week. I'm trying to commute more healthily, so I'm trying to get on my bike and cycle. I don't go all the way into work because that's like a 10-mile trip, but I do cycle to the local park and ride, which is 2.5 miles away, and then get a bus and go into work.
Sweet.
I'm sexy and I know it.
Thank you. I'm a big lad. Don't get me wrong. So it is, for me, that is quite an achievement to cycle 2.5 miles each way. So, but
mind you, you're picking a bad time to start it with Christmas fucking food.
I know, mate. I know. I don't quite know what I was thinking. I'm trying to save a bit of cash as well. So I did it one day, and today I kind of didn't bother. So.
Sorry, Amanda, no turkey this year.
No, I know. Sorry, Christmas is cancelled.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to say, I mean, I mentioned this way back on episode 1, I think 1 or 2 of when I started doing this podcast under my own name. But the Strava app is a really excellent app you can get on your phone, and it really kind of helps motivate you. Clearly, it's failed in my case, but it's really good at logging. You know, it uses GPS, and it can log like quite detailed as to where you're going on your cycle and stuff.
Right.
And it gives you challenges and little targets and achievements and all this kind of business. It kind of combines my love of video games with my love of exercise, or not. So if you haven't got it, it's a great way of just trying to keep yourself motivated, particularly in the new year when people go on a health kick. I highly recommend it. But apart from that, not a lot happening my end. Just counting down to Christmas, like we said.
Just carrying on.
Yes. So let's move into the news, shall we? Let's take a look at this week's news headlines. So join us after this brief break, and we will come back with what's been happening. So see you in a second. Welcome back. It's time for our weekly look at this week's news. We'll start as we usually do with our Premier League roundup. Did you catch any football this weekend, DLB?
Nope. You?
I only saw the Manchester United game on Sunday, and even then it was kind of in passing as I was doing something else at the time as well.
And kind of predictable.
I guess we'll start with the Saturday's games. I'll just briefly run through the classifieds. Burnley 1, Southampton 0. Poor old Southampton.
Yep,
kind
dropping.
of hit a brick wall, didn't they, really? Chelsea 2, Hull 0. Crystal Palace 1, Stoke 1. Leicester 0, Man City 1. Sunderland 1, West Ham 1. West Brom 1, Aston Villa 0. And Arsenal 4, Newcastle 1. I guess the standout really there was Southampton losing, I suppose.
Yeah, I guess so.
West Ham only getting a point against Sunderland. Given their position, you'd suggest they're probably a bit disappointed with that.
Yeah, but they're still taking a point from away games. That's important.
Mm-hmm. And they're still fourth, of course. West Ham's still fourth. Southampton down into fifth now. Which they would have taken, wouldn't they? Let's be honest. At the start of the season, fifth at Christmas. Yeah, we'll take that. Sunday's games: Swansea 1, Tottenham 2, Manchester United 3, Liverpool 0, and Monday night's game was Everton 3, QPR 1. QPR just, I think Leicester, Hull, and QPR.
They're your picks.
I can't really see, but I guess you can throw Burnley into the mix. Burnley and Palace, I would say 3 from those 5 for me. I know it's early to say, but it's not looking good when you're down the bottom at this time of year, really, is it?
No. Still a fair way to go, but I'll have those 5. You think the relegation is going to come somewhere from there.
Mm-hmm. I try and talk briefly about Manchester United. I know I'll be a bit biased.
Go ahead.
A great result, and a good performance, I thought. Played well, passed the ball around well. Clean sheet as well.
Yeah.
I think
from what I heard, Liverpool did have chances, mind.
Of course, yes. Particularly in the first half, I think it was Sterling. Immediately before we actually got the first goal, I think he missed a bit of a sitter. So, I'm not complaining. So, Man U up to third, kind of quietly going about their business. Mm-hmm. So we'll see. I'm quietly optimistic. We'll have to wait and see what happens in the new year, but I think we've got some good fixtures over Christmas, so we'll reassess in the new year and see where we are. You never know. Could we be champions-elect? Who knows? No, I won't count my chickens.
No, let's not get there. Let's not get too excited.
Continuing a sporting theme, I wanted to briefly chat about the Sports Personality of the Year that happened on Sunday. Your man, DRB, your man won it.
Man. Yes, he did. I didn't see it, sadly, but yes.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, Lewis Hamilton rather predictably won Sports Personality of the Year 2014, mainly because there wasn't many people there to challenge him. But frankly, Rory McIlroy was closest, got just over half the votes that Lewis Hamilton did, with Joe Pavey in third in the athletics. So, it was high time, really. Lewis had been pretty much robbed 2 times previous.
Yeah. And he's certainly looking at it. I think he ran away with the voting, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Which is fair enough.
Yep. He was our best sportsman this year.
Well played, Lewis. Yes. So there you go. I didn't watch it, so I don't know what the other awards were. I know they tend to give it... Oh, here we go. No, I've got them here. Overseas Sports Personality of the Year was Cristiano Ronaldo.
Really?
Yeah. The Young Sports Personality of the Year was Claudia Frangipane.
Fragapane or something?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I thought it was a type of cake. Frangipane.
You thinking marzipan?
Probably. I don't know.
I don't know.
Lifetime Achievement Award went to Sir Chris Hoy. Well deserved. The Helen Rollison Award was presented to the Invictus Games competitors. That's the games they had this year for injured servicemen, I believe.
Yep, I believe so.
And that was presented by Prince Harry. And the Unsung Hero Award went to Jill, forgive my pronunciation, Jill Stidova. She won it for spending 60 years teaching thousands of children with special needs to swim. So, well played, Jill. Well played.
Good for you.
Yes, so there you go. What do you think of the BBC Sports Personality of the Year? Do you think it's kind of lost its...
Yeah, I don't think people care as much as they used to.
No, I don't think they do.
I could do without it, but I guess it's tradition. Why not?
The only thing about it is, for me, it kind of signals the start of Christmas when that comes on. I think,
I suppose, yeah.
Christmas is nearly here. And when that used to come on, it always kind of used to mean school was nearly finished as well, which I kind of liked.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I can see that.
So there you go. Our next news. A new X Factor winner was crowned this week, DRB.
Who was it?
It was Ben Haynau.
Haynau?
The white van driver from Croydon. They couldn't help remind us that he was a white van driver from Croydon in every episode he appeared in.
Oh, really?
Yes. The People's Champion, I think they were trying to crown him. He won. He beat out Fleur East in Sunday's final. But the takeaway that I wanted to bring to the show was that the final was the lowest rated final in 10 years. So, perhaps the X Factor bubble has well and truly burst, and it's time for it to say goodbye. I don't know. Discuss.
Well, it's still way more viewers than almost anything else gets, isn't it?
That is very true. Yeah.
Saturday night. What are you going to do?
Apart from Strictly, I believe, of course.
Yeah. Okay.
The behemoth that is Strictly Come Dancing.
Yes.
But you're right. No one ever really.
It's a bit early to just dump it. I
suppose so. For me, I felt a bit tired this season. I'm a bit tired with the format and I wasn't particularly enamoured with the contestants this year. There's no one, apart from Stevie Ritchie, of course, who was amazing. And he is the real People's Champion in my eyes.
I think. What would you do to improve the show?
That's a good question. I felt it unnecessary. I thought the beginning of the show was rather... I felt like they'd put in a stage too many. So they went from, the room auditions.
Yeah.
Then they went to the arena auditions. And then they went to another stage in an arena. And then they went to the judges' houses. I think you can kind of... It felt like that went on for too many weeks.
Okay.
I enjoyed the live performing more than the rehearsing and the, selecting kind of process. So maybe shorten the series. Don't start in bloody August and finish in December. Start in October. have a couple of weeks where you briefly show who's been, who's auditioned, and then you can go straight into the live shows.
Yeah, I tend to agree with that. You want to think outside the box and, I don't know, dangle them over pits of piranhas or something?
It's not a bad shout, mate. It's not a bad shout. Yeah, I like it. Tie electrodes to their nipples.
Yes, and if they sing
then they'll
key,
reach those high notes.
yeah,
Yes,
that's right.
Sing, like bastards, sing. So there you go. Simon, if you're listening, then you know where to come for more ideas such as that.
And I know a place where you can get piranhas.
There you go. I just want to mention the. I don't know. I don't quite know how to handle this because I want to report it, but I don't really want to discuss it. It's the Sony Pictures hack. Mm-hmm. Now, a group of hackers, anonymous hackers. This is back in November, I should preface. Hacked into some Sony Pictures servers, one assumes, and stole much data, including cinema prints of unreleased films, emails between studio executives, etc., okay. And proceeded to display this all on the internet. And I think it's horrendous how websites like IGN, etc., have just jumped on this and just using it for clickbait. And I just don't agree with it, to be honest. It's a bit awkwardly with me, to be honest. The whole how you report on this hacking, as it were. I just wanted to mention that. To be honest, it's it is what it is. But
okay, fair enough.
I don't particularly agree with it, and I don't particularly like what they're doing there. So, but if you are interested, head along to IGN, I guess.
Douchebags.
Yes. And finally, DRB, you have a story with regards to a.
Well, there was a YouGov poll.
Yes.
Usually a waste of time, and this is a waste of time too. But the Brummie accent has been voted the least attractive accent in the British Isles.
Okay. I can see. It's not.
It's not particularly sexy, is it?
No.
But why do we need to know this information?
That's true. One assumes money was spent on this. On this poll. Okay. Yeah. It's interesting. The Southern Irish accent was voted the most appealing.
I tend to agree.
Yes. Amanda's my good wife. She was always partial to an Irish accent.
Oh, who isn't?
I know. Ho hee hee. There you go. So YouGov.
Yeah, RP came in second, by the way. Welsh came in third. That surprised me.
Yeah.
The Yorkshire accent came fourth, and the West Country accent came in fifth.
Where's Estuary English? It's not on here.
No, I think they.
God damn it!
What are they qualifying you as?
I don't
RP,
know.
I guess.
What received pronunciation?
Yes,
okay,
that's very posh Queen speak.
Right. Oh, cool. Okay. Welsh, Yorkshire, West Country, Geordie.
Geordie sixth.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's strange.
Glaswegian.
Eighth.
Cockney, Mancunian. Okay. Yeah. So what? There's a lot of accents missing from this poll.
Such as.
Oh, my own. I would say where is estuary English? As in, look at the I don't know, a Suffolk accent. Suffolk and Norfolk.
I don't know how you would define those accents, though.
No, that's very true.
Some of them are similar to the West Country. Some of them can be quite posh. It's difficult to.
I think it was. I think Michael McIntyre did a great sketch on how the West Country and Norfolk accents are kind of similar, and he made this sketch up saying that these people must have been in one place at some point, and then one half decided to go left in the country, one half decided to go right in the country. That's where they ended up. So I don't know. Yeah, well there you go.
I don't think my West Country accent comes through too strong, but even if it did, I'm okay. That's where pirate accents come from. So.
Of course, it's no. You have a sexy husky voice, DRB Olds.
Yeah.
There you go. So there you go. YouGov UK.
Another waste of time.
Yes, decreeing Brummie the least attractive accent.
Yeah. Sorry, Birmingham.
Sorry. That is the news. No, I don't have a funny story to end on this week. I thought we'll just end on your YouGov poll.
Fine.
DRB, we are now going to take a look at part 2 of your forgotten Christmas musical classics.
Yes, we are. So let's just go straight into this. The first pick. If you missed it last week, I'm going to pick 3 songs each week for you to add to your Christmas playlist. Something a little bit unknown, forgotten, obscure, perhaps. And the first track I'm going to pick is called "Maybe This Christmas," a short, sweet little song by a guy named Ron Sexsmith. That's difficult to say. Yes, maybe this Christmas. Check this out.
Maybe this Christmas will mean something more. Maybe this year love will appear deeper than ever before. And maybe forgiveness will ask us to call someone we love, someone we've lost, for reasons we can't quite recall. Maybe this Christmas, maybe there'll be an open door. Maybe the star that shone before will shine once more.
And that was Maybe This Christmas by Ron Sexsmith. Quite a cool little tune, that, DRB. I like it.
Yeah,
nice.
Sure. Only 2 minutes long. But, no, just sweet little lullaby kind of feel to it.
Ron Sexsmith, I've never heard of the guy.
Indie singer-songwriter in the States.
Okay.
I want to say that came out 2002, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, or released as part of the compilation. But yeah, I just really like that one. That's cool. Something a little less contemporary then. This is going back to like the big band era of kind of holiday songs, and it's always nice to throw that kind of stuff, like Winter Wonderland or stuff like that,
Yeah.
But this is one that's fairly unknown. This is from 1950. This is Everybody's Waiting for the Man with the Bag.
Sweet.
By K-Star.
Okay.
So yeah, let's check this out, yeah?
Oh, Mr. Kringle is soon gonna jingle the bells that'll tingle all your troubles away. Everybody's waiting for the man with the bag, 'cause Christmas is coming again. He's got a sleigh full, it's not gonna stay full. He's got stuff to drop at every stop of the way. Everybody's waiting for the man with the bag, 'cause Christmas is coming again. He'll be here with the answer to the prayers that you've made through the year. You'll get yours if you've done everything you should. Extra special good, he'll make this December the one you'll remember, the best and the merriest you ever did have. Everybody's waiting for the man with a bag. Christmas is here again.
And that was Everybody's Waiting for the Man with the Bag by K-Star. That epitomises Christmas for me, DRB.
Good
Just
vibe.
that sound.
Band.
Yeah.
Classic.
Love it. That's I could see myself coming home, whacking on the gas fire, playing that in the background.
I'm amazed like some company hasn't picked up on that and used it for an advert or something,
That is very true. That you could see that on a M&S Christmas advert or something.
Right, something like that. By the way, I think one of the adverts that's annoying me most, I forget what it might be for Audi, but it's the one with Jules Holland playing the piano.
Yes!
That's really annoying me for some reason.
What? It's funny you say that, because whenever he comes on, and he has for some reason he just pops up at the end.
Playing the piano, yeah.
Me and Amanda just can't explain what's he doing there.
Yeah.
It's most bizarre.
I don't hate Jules Holland necessarily, I just don't like, I don't know, there's something not right about it.
Yeah, a bit smarmy.
Yeah, a little bit.
But no, it's funny you bring that up, yeah.
Although
we were having that conversation the other day.
Yeah, one of the New Year's Day kind of things I'll do is I'll watch a repeat of the Hootenanny.
Oh, yes.
Which is always good fun. Mm-hmm. Anywho, one last song, definite change in tone here. This is called Winter Song, and this is by Sarah McLachlan, much more dark ballad, but my kind of thing. So check this out. This is Winter Song by Sarah McLachlan.
Lake
is frozen over. The trees are white with snow. And all around, reminders of you are everywhere I go.
And welcome back. It's time for us to take our traditional look at some TV. What have you been watching this week, DRB?
Well, I've been going back and watching Due South. I promised this last week, and I think part of the reason why is because it's such a wintry kind of show. Like, a lot of it is set up in the northern territories of Canada. Of course, it is very snowy.
Of course.
So it always makes me think of this time of year. Shall we get right into it, I guess?
Let's do it. I mean, you have to forgive me. I'll advise you where I'm coming from in this show. I have never seen it. I know of it. I know it involves a Mountie and his dog.
Sort of, yes. It's
I
basically
know nothing else on this show. So
it's a crime / sort of buddy cop comedy show. It is about, as you said, a Mountie, a member of the Royal Canadian Mounted Police Force, and his deaf wolf, Diefenbaker. Initially, it started as a TV movie.
Okay. Did you say Death Wolf, by the way?
Yes.
Not
yes.
Death, D-E-A-T-H?
No, D-E-A-F.
Oh, okay.
The wolf is deaf, he cannot hear.
Right. Okay. Death Wolf sounds better, but hey, who am I to judge?
Good band name. Yes, originally it started life as a TV movie. It was so popular in Canada, they turned it into a full-blown series. It's about a Mountie who goes down south to try and find his father's killer.
Right.
And that gets resolved quite quickly, and then turns into the show where he's now living in Chicago, and just follows his adventures around. It's really like it is a crime sort of show with a lot of murders and stuff like that, but it's really fun. Like, his quirkiness as the main character just comes off really well, like his Canadian sort of dryness in this big city in America. Just really fun show, and like I said, very wintry.
So is this how would I explain it? Is this a more serialised show, like a Columbo, where you'd have a crime or a murder in one episode, and that's completely contained in that one episode, or does it have a... Okay, so
there is an overrunning kind of theme to some of it, but for the most part, it's one sort of mystery or case per episode.
That sounds quite good, because that's what I prefer, I have to admit.
Yeah, it's not too complicated. You can watch one episode and just enjoy it for that. The series was broadcast, I think it started in 1993. Made it huge over here in England. I don't know why, but it did.
For our love of Mounties, of course.
I guess so.
Or deaf dogs.
Even to the point where I think after the second season it was on the verge of cancellation, where the BBC themselves kicked in some funds to keep it going.
Wow, man. Wow.
Can you imagine that happening now? It's crazy.
Yeah. So how many seasons did this bad boy run for?
4. Just 4.
Okay.
But it was, I think a lot of it was really good stuff. They also had bizarre cameos from Leslie Nielsen, who kept on showing up, just doing his usual sort of thing. You know, he is...
Was he playing Frank Drebin? Because that would be awesome.
He was Drebin-like, but no, his name,
just crashing cars everywhere.
His name was Buck Frobisher. No, like he shows up in one episode. Like, he does the comedy, but he does the serious stuff as well. So it really is an awkward mix where he'll do this episode and it's all very serious, very gritty kind of stuff. And then suddenly he'll fall off a horse. Like, where did that come from? It's just really stupid. And then, like, in one episode, you know, he's trying to help the main character, Fraser, with these terrorists on a train. But an ongoing gag is he has wind. And he just starts farting every now and again. It's just bizarre.
Fantastic. Okay, so I mean, I would expect this to be some kind of verging on comedy as opposed to drama, but you're telling me that's not really the case.
No, it's comedic elements, definitely.
Okay. That sounds quite good, actually.
It's fun.
Is it available anywhere? No,
yeah, it's on DVD. I've got all the DVDs.
Good lad.
I know it's on YouTube as well, so you can check
Oh, really?
it too.
Nice. I don't really. Yeah, I don't.
It should be, but yes, it is.
Just looking at the cast on IMDb, and Paul Gross. Is it Gross or Gross? he doesn't seem to have.
I don't think anyone went on to do anything really, apart from the director who went on to write $1 Million Baby and Crash.
Oh, really?
Randomly.
He doesn't. Yeah. It seems like he's the lead is after Due South. He kind of.
That's certainly his most famous role.
He looks like he's done a lot of middling to lower end TV shows,
or a lot of probably good stuff in Canada. I expect he's quite well known there, but not so much outside. He also had a kick-ass theme song. I love that theme song. Might be one of the best.
Sweet. So now, being a fan of Due South, DRB,
yes,
I'm announcing it to you now that later on in the show, I will be quizzing your Due South knowledge.
You will.
This week's mystery quiz. Well, not mystery anymore, of course, but
how are you going to do that if you haven't seen the show?
No, I will be quizzing you.
So you found some questions, basically?
I have, yes.
Okay. All right.
Now, rest assured, the author has decreed this to be an easy quiz.
Okay.
So I will have to wait and see how you do on that.
All right. Looking forward to it.
But listeners, you can listen out for that at the end of the show. So there you go. Due South.
Highly recommend.
How many erections would you give it?
I give it 4. It's not perfect, but 4 erections out of 5, I think.
Good enough for me.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. Should we talk some Big Bang Theory, I suppose?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Why not? The latest episode airing on the UK on E4 was the what was it called? The Prom Equivalency, episode 8.
Oh yeah.
So this is the episode where the gang try to reenact their high school proms,
which most of them have never been to.
No, or they were tragic. So yes, they reenact their prom. This kind of descends into anarchy. We're introduced to Wolowitz's second cousin who he slept with. And in most interesting and most sweetly, Sheldon finally declares his love, Amy.
Yes.
So that was quite a nice special moment, and one that you alluded to in a couple of episodes back on the podcast.
Yeah, I think
this was coming. So yeah, it was nice to see.
Sweet.
Have you seen any more episodes, or are you still?
I've seen one. The Christmas episode has now aired.
Oh, nice.
So that's coming.
Nice. I guess we'll get to see it in about 12 weeks.
Yeah.
So we'll return
just
to that
in time for Easter.
A couple of months. Yeah, precisely. But yeah, actually, I thought it was a better episode. We've had 2 good episodes in a row now, so things are picking up. We shall see how it pans out later on in the series.
Yeah, still enjoying it for the most part.
Yeah, me too. Let's talk some video games. Join us after the break, and we shall be discussing, or I shall be discussing what I've been playing this week. So join us after this.
I want to hear the Due South theme now.
Welcome back. It's time to talk some video and board games this week. DRB, I want to start off by saying that I've dusted off my PS4 specifically because I think in the last week they released, Telltale Games I should say, released Game of Thrones Season 1, Episode 1, Iron from Ice. It's the latest game from the Telltale team, and they're best known for the Walking Dead games. They also did a Back to the Future game, Jurassic Park game, and the Wolf Among Us, which is based on a comic book, I believe. These are ostensibly point-and-click adventures as we remember them from,
Oh, really?
Early 90s, late 80s.
Yeah, sweet.
Yeah, obviously been jazzed up for modern consoles, so they've kind of refined the the mechanics and kind of taken away the click aspect of the point and click. So you're in direct control of the characters, but essentially it remains the same. You have to go and talk to certain characters and say certain things, or maybe pick up items and give them to certain people to move the narrative along.
No more go north. You can't go north.
No. Although I would love someone to do like a retro text adventure.
Game.
Yeah.
Or about something modern.
Yeah. I always remember playing the. We played one in our youth called The Leather Goddesses of Phobos.
Okay.
That was a bizarre. It wasn't particularly. It wasn't sexual in any nature, but it was kind of risque, let's say. Yeah. But yeah, it's. I remember playing that on my friend's Apple Macintosh back in the day. That was. Yeah. Fuck, your comic timing was impeccable. You really have a soundboard button for everything. That's pretty incredible, much. DLB. Oh,
I want to talk more about the soundboards next week, but we'll leave that for the Christmas edition.
Sweet. So back to Game of Thrones. It's the first in, I think, 6 episodes. Telltale, as they traditionally do, they release their games in 5 or 6 segments or episodes, and they release them over a period of time.
Okay.
So now I do have a problem with this, because usually when playing a Telltale game, I tend to I wait until the whole season is out, and I either buy it on a disc or download everything all at once. So that's difficult for me to, now that I've played this episode, knowing that I then probably have to wait until, I don't know, March probably to play the next one. That's tough, because the game is, this episode in particular, is so bloody good. It's set in the Game of Thrones universe, specifically the TV show of the same name. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure if you're a fan.
Not really, but to be fair, I haven't really seen it. It's not. It doesn't look like my kind of thing.
No, I mean, it's high fantasy. It's full of guts and sex and language. It's interesting. It can get a bit bogged down in its own narrative, and it's.
I know people are all over it, but it's not my kind of deal.
That's fair enough. But the game, what I think the game does well is. It hasn't got lost up its own arse. It's fresh. It doesn't get lost in all this intrigue and backstabbing and narrative layer upon layer and all this kind of business. It's just a nice, good, straightforward story with a killer twist at the end of this episode. I won't go into any more, but if you are a fan of the show, it's awesome.
Speaking of convoluted stories, I think somewhere down the line we need to break down what actually happens in the second and third Pirates of the Caribbean movies, because I'm still not sure.
Jeez, yeah. Do you know what? I've always seen those.
I think you said you've seen at least one.
I've seen the first one.
I thought you said you'd seen one. I don't know. Whatever.
And I'm not entirely sure I've seen all of that, to be honest.
First one was great. Actually, I didn't hate the second and third one, but they were way too convoluted.
Yes. So, that's a topic for another day.
Yes.
But I'm with you on that. Let's try and dissect those bad boys. So Game of Thrones, loving it. I don't really want to say much more than that. It's one of those games that you just need to go out. It's not long. It's not expensive. It's like £4. It lasts you about 3 hours. So go out, play it. It's amazing. I loved it. One of the best things I've played all year, to be honest. Yeah, man. My next... I've been playing Killer Bunnies. Now, this is a card and dice game.
Aha.
I think it's more for a group of you, but I've been playing it with Amanda. We got it. I got it for my birthday. Or was it for Christmas? Well, when we went to Centre Parks, we exchanged gifts with the couple we went with.
Okay.
And we received this, and it's an awesome game.
They received your company.
They did. And they were bloody... Yes, they will enjoy it, damn it.
Yes.
Killer Bunnies, it's like I say, card and dice game. What you have to do, there are a series of carrot cards that you have to earn through battling bunnies and playing cards where you kill your opponent's bunnies, and everything's lovely illustrations and has a comedic twist to it. Everything's quite brutal in nature, so your bunnies can be killed by comets or hatchets or chainsaws or whatever.
This does sound like my sort of thing.
Yeah, I think you might like it, mate. And also, there's a deck of 20 or so carrot cards, and your task throughout the game is to collect as many carrot cards as you can, because one of those cards, it will be decided, is the magic carrot, and if you have that magic carrot, you win. Also, along with this tactic, you also have to kill your opponent's bunnies, because if they run out of bunnies, then they're out the game, and they then have to dish out their carrots to other players. So there's quite a few layers and tactics that you can go through with that. I'm still trying to get the hang of the game, I must admit, but it's good fun. It's good fun, man. I'm really getting into my board games at the moment, to the point where I'm hoping Santa will bring me the Luchador Mexican Wrestling Dice, 2nd edition. Yeah.
Imagine a kid sitting on Santa's lap and asking for that.
This combines my love of wrestling with my love of board games and dice. Oh, mate, I can't wait. Go over to BoardGameGeek.com, type in Luchador Mexican Wrestling Dice 2nd edition, and you will see what I mean. It comes with a ring, a cardboard ring, and cool. Cardboard little belts as well. So I'm hoping Santa will bring that for me. I think he's going to. The word on the street is Santa's bringing that in his sack for me. So I may talk about that in the new year. And that's all I've been playing this week. Obviously, we did a show on Thursday, so that's not really much time to watch or play anything, really.
No, I haven't played much, but I'm sure I'll be playing a board game on Christmas Day. Oh. Undoubtedly.
Oh, what are we talking here? Cluedo or Monopoly?
I'm not sure. I'm hoping something like Trivial Pursuit, but it could be Monopoly.
Ah, of course. You like your...
I like my quizzes.
You do. And on that note, segue upon segue, this time for the mystery quiz, which I revealed is a Due South Remembered quiz.
Ah.
So join us after this break, and I shall be quizzing DRB on his Due South knowledge.
Come on, people, I can do it.
Come on, so join us after this. We'll just see you in a short while. Welcome back. It's time for the quiz of the week. DRB, I have 10 questions on the lovable Mountie, Constable Benton Fraser.
Okay, specific to Fraser.
Yes.
Okay.
So, star of Due South, as we've been discussing.
Right.
Author Hattie 101. This is rated as a intermediate quiz. So. Okay. Let's see how you do, man. Yeah, come on.
Here we go.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
Let's get ready to rumble!
I certainly am ready. If it's a standard fare, 10 questions as usual. If I get a question correct, I will hear this sound.
Timber!
However, if I have the misfortune of answering incorrectly, I will hear this. So, bring it on, you.
I have high hope. I have high hopes for you, DRB.
Oh, really? Okay. Why is that?
I don't know. I just got a feeling.
Okay.
Feeling in my water. Question number 1 of 10.
Here we go.
Jesus. Why did Fraser go to Chicago?
As I said earlier in this episode, he went to Chicago to find his father's killer.
Correct.
Yes. I know.
Correct, Mundo. Yes. Question 2. What is the name of the only woman Fraser ever loved?
Victoria.
Victoria is correct!
Yeah. That's right.
Question 3. What is the name of the Mountie who Fraser later learns is his sister?
Oh,
Meg?
Fuck.
Is it Meg, Maggie, Francesca, or Sarah?
I can't remember because... I think it might be Sarah, but go on.
Incorrect!
Damn it.
Maggie. It was Maggie. Maggie came to Chicago to ask for Fraser's help in finding the killers of her husband. Benton felt a connection between them, but didn't realise that they were brother and sister until he read an article in the newspaper. There you go. Okay, question 4. How old was Fraser when his mother died? Was he 8? Was he 5? Was he 6? Or was he 7?
I seem to remember the number 6 coming up, so I'll guess 6.
Correct!
Yes. Just a wee lad.
Question 5. What is the name of Fraser's first partner in Due South? Is it Jack Huey, Ray Vecchio, Stanley Kowalski, or Luis Guardino?
Ray Vecchio.
Boom! Correct.
Of course.
Good old boy. Okay, question 6. Ray Vecchio accidentally shot his best friend, Benton Fraser.
Yes, he did.
Where in the body did he shoot him?
Ooh.
The head?
No. That'd be...
Due South, done. The head, arm, leg, or back?
I think he got him in the back.
Correct!
Yes.
Ray meant to shoot Victoria, who Ray believed to have a gun, but Fraser got in the way as he was trying to go with her.
Correct.
Yeah. Question 7. What was the name of Fraser's father's best friend, who first made an appearance in Season 1?
I mentioned him earlier.
Being hunted by a criminal named Geiger.
Played by Leslie Nielsen, it was Buck Frobisher.
Correct! Oh, he was played by Leslie Nielsen.
Yes, he was.
Yes, he was.
Rest in peace.
Yes, indeed. Question 8. What is the name of Benton's mother?
Ooh.
Is it Francesca,
No.
Maggie, Caroline, or Susan?
It was Caroline, I remember.
Yay, correct.
Yes.
Question 9. Both of Fraser's parents were murdered. True or false?
True.
Correct!
Yes. I forget the name of the guy who killed her, but...
Fraser's father was killed by a fellow Mountie, Gerard, who was Fraser Sr.'s best friend. Fraser's mother was murdered by Holloway Muldoon.
That's right, yeah.
As Fraser found out at the end of episode Call of the Wild, Part 1.
The last episode.
Question 10 out of 10.
I'm doing well here. What have I got, 8?
I think so. 8 or 9, yeah.
8, yeah.
What is the name of... What is the name of Fraser's loyal wolf?
Diefenbaker.
Correct.
Pretty damn good. 9 out of 10.
Yeah, 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. DLB, I bow to your knowledge of Due South.
Yes.
Fair play, that man. So there you go. That was this week's quiz. DLB smashed it out the park. And all that's left now is for us to close the show. So if you want to catch us on Twitter, we are at Renaissance Pod. I am at Skinbear. DRB is at DavidBridge1985. Our email address is the Renaissance Men Podcast, gmail.com. And we are on Facebook at facebook.com/the Renaissance Men Podcast. Now, as is going to become tradition, we are going to go out on one of our favourite tunes. Me and DRB are picking songs on alternate weeks. This week, I have picked a song by one of my favourite artists, I should say. It's not Taylor Swift. No. I do have tastes other than Taylor. It's Bruce Springsteen with 10th Avenue Freeze Out. An absolute barnstorming, belting classic. So DRB, it's been a pleasure as always.
It has.
I guess you will see us next on the Botchcast is coming Friday with our TLC prediction results and our Raw review, of course. And we will also be back on the podcast next Tuesday, and it'll be our Christmas show.
The Blowout.
The Christmas Blowout, yes. So there you go. All that's left to say is to thank DRB and to say, Bruce, take it away, son. Take it away.
stops on the city bed, scooter searching for his groove. It's like the old world's looking pretty and you can't find a room to move. Everybody better move over and so I'm running on the bad side with my back to the wall now. 10th Avenue, 10th Avenue, 10th Avenue. I was stranded in the jungle trying to take in all the heat they were giving. Oh, now the night is dark and the sidewalks bright, lined with the light of the living. From a tenement window, it shines as the blaze. Turn around the corner, things got real quiet real fast. I walked into a 10th Avenue, 10th Avenue, 10th Avenue. But I'm all alone. I'm all alone. And I'm on my own. I'm on my own. And I can't find my way home. Well, now they've made that change of town, and a big man joined the band. From the coastline